up, guys? What I wanted to go over is route density and accounts. What accounts do you target for your company? And I will say what I target now and the route density I have now, I did not have last year. Last year was my first year of business, and this season is my second season in business. What I did for my first season is I got anything, anywhere. So it didn't matter how big it was. I had some lots were 2 acres big. I picked up commercial work. I had a few commercial accounts, small and out the way. Sometimes we drove really out the way to get to some of our accounts just to get them done. And that's just a strategy I kind of used just to grow the company and to start producing revenue. Now, if you're a new company and if you're young, I guess, and you live with your parents and you're starting a company and you're not desperate to start producing a large amount of revenue where you can just kind of get it going over time, then I would recommend doing it this way. But being a family man and leaving my main job to do this, having a mortgage, being the only one that works at home, my wife's a stay-at-home and she homeschools and does all that and raises the kids, so I am the only income in my household. So if you're in my situation where you're trying to replace your current job to do this and start a lawn care business, then this might be a good solution for you. It worked out for me, but like I said, this is just something I did to get the business started, and now this year I have finessed it, and I'll explain that a little more too. So let's go back to starting the business. What I mean by anything, anywhere is pretty much what that means. Anything, anywhere. It didn't matter the size of the lawn. It didn't matter. Now I did price accordingly. So it's not like I was doing 2-acre lots for pennies. And that's another thing too. Quoting. That's another thing about growing too your business. In the beginning, you're gonna get better at quoting. At least I did, and it probably would have not worked as well, I guess, if I didn't do it the way I did it, which is I lowballed a lot of accounts. Like I said, because I had bills to pay. I didn't want to get a no. So I wanted revenue coming in all the time. So I would lowball a lot of accounts, and that's part of the finessing I had to do this season. Was a lot of those accounts I had to let them know, hey, if we're going to move forward, the company's taking a new direction, things like that. We've reevaluated your property. Your new quote was this. I understand if you don't wish to continue. So that's pretty much the messages I would send out to my clients. Some of them say, "Hey, David, I understand," because they knew they weren't paying the right amount for lawn care, and please continue. And some said, "Okay, no problem. Yeah, this will be the last service." But at least you don't have to keep doing something you don't want to be doing this way. So that if you part ways with somebody over there, you part ways with them. But that's just one strategy I use, guys. I'll put that out there for you guys to use or not use, but it worked out for me. I lowballed accounts. I took any account, any size account, commercial. It didn't matter what it was, and I pretty much went almost anywhere. Now going into my second season, I was to a point where we had gotten to we had 180 accounts, And so revenue was good, but it got so big where I had to hire a third guy just to keep up with the work. And what I saw was we kept going into overtime, right? So I reevaluated the company. I looked at the numbers. I looked at the routes. I looked at the accounts. I said, well, here's the problem. You know, I'm driving an hour. Well, not an hour, but driving 30 minutes to get to this one property all the way out here. It's the only property we have all the way out here. It's taking them 10 minutes to cut it. But then, when they're done cutting it, it's taking them another 30 minutes to get back from going out the way to the next account. Well, that's an hour wasted. An hour and 10 minutes. It took them about 10 minutes. And between the three guys, they're making, I'm not going to throw exact number out there so you guys don't know what I'm paying my guys. But just between the three guys, you know, they're getting paid anywhere from between $35, say, and $45 an hour, right? Somewhere between there. How much are you making off that lawn? Well, if it's a medium-sized lawn, they're bi-weekly. You're making what, 40, 45 bucks, maybe 50, depending on what you charge. So what are my profits there? I'm making pennies. And I had a lot of that when it came down to routes. I had a really spread route. That's what you call it. There was some, you know, condensed routes because, you know, we grew within neighborhoods and we did estimates and we grew. But then there was just other properties that we keep going out of our way to go to get to it. So that was one issue. So those accounts, I gave some away to buddies of mine that do lawn care. I gave some of those away. I try to give as much away as I can. And the other ones, I just told them what it is, you know. We're no longer going to be doing your area no more. My apologies. And that was it. You know, just rip the Band-Aid. I'd want to say I probably got rid of like 30 of those accounts. That's a big difference. When you go from 180 to 150 accounts, you feel the hit. You're going to take a hit. I'm not telling you that it's going to be all gravy and no, it's revenue wise, it's gonna make a big difference. So prepare yourself for that. Make sure you're prepared. You got money put away and things like that. And then the other problem was, what's my market? What am I doing out here? You know, why am I just chasing anything that comes my way? You know, when do I start telling potential clients, you know, we don't do that type of loan. My apologies. I've never been able to say that. I just say, yeah, okay, and we get it. So I started analyzing once again the accounts this time and seeing, whoa, you know, how much time are you spending here and how much time are you spending there, and you know, and how, and it also went back to how I felt when I was doing lawns, and you know, I felt a certain way when I did commercial lots and when I did residential lots, and you know, and then these big properties just beats you down when you're trying to do 20 something lawns a day and you got to go through this 1 acre lot and 2 acre lot. It beats you down, man, you know. So fatigue, you know, are my guys being overworked, you know, am I expecting too much from them? So all that went into account, and I decided finally, okay, you know what, we're no longer going to do acre lots. In fact, we're not even going to do anything that's half an acre. I want everything that we do to be less than half an acre. So now I know exactly how much time my guys are going to be out there for on each lot, doing all these properties. And then I also said, well, you know what? We're also no longer going to do commercial properties. So I let go of all my commercial properties. follow. By doing this, I think I let go of an additional maybe 20 accounts. We went down to like about 130 accounts from 180 accounts. Just for me to restructure the business is what I did. And then from that day forward, from that day I did that, which was a couple months ago already. It was just in the prime time of the season. It was like the beginning of summer. I'm dropping accounts like crazy after the spring, and I'm picking up. We're at 150 accounts now. We went back up from 130 to 150, and all of my new accounts and going forward in the business is always going to be the same way. It has to be in the ideal location. So if someone calls me, I look at the map and I know it, I'm going to have to go out my way for it. I don't pick it up. It has to be an ideal location.
Hazard ahead in 2.1 miles.
And it has to be a certain size.
You're still on the
If it's not the size I want, if it's too big, I explain to the client, we don't do those size lots, those size properties. We don't do those. And like I said, I know the guys in the bit. Sometimes I tell them probably we don't do it. I know somebody, and I try to give them work. The guys I know, so that way, no other people I don't know are getting the job, and you want to have friends in the business anyway. So that you kind of sets yourself up to where I scratch your back, you scratch mine type situation. So I did that, and I haven't gone back, and I'll tell you now what I'm looking at by doing that. But also I want to go over the quotes I'm doing too. I don't lowball no more. I do not lowball my accounts. If you don't like the price, you can go somewhere else. But I am not going to be doing work for cheap. I'm not going to be doing good work for cheap. It makes no sense. And when when I do my estimates, I include everything in there. I make sure everything is anything there is to be done on that lawn, so it can be upkept. I am going to include that, and I'm going to give them a monthly estimate for it, so that there is no waiting for the client to tell me to do this, and then but why so much? Last time I was this. And of course it changes because cleanup wise, how bad it got before they told you. I'm not doing that no more. Everything's included now. We do the initial cleanup, give them the cleanup price, and the ongoing service to maintain everything we did. And ever since restructuring my business, I'll tell you, it is running a lot better than before. 100% better than before. It is the ideal business for me. Is the way I'm gonna keep it. We're going to be strictly residential, and that's just me. I'm not saying this for everybody. I'm not saying this is how to run a lawn care company. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying this is the best way to run my lawn care, my business. Strictly residential. This is what I'm doing. No commercial, no HOA. Under half an acre property sizes. Ideally, we're targeting those quarter acre lots. But with quarter acre is only 11,000 square feet. I mean, a lot of houses are 13, 14, 15. We're still picking those up. I think our biggest house is 17,000 square feet. I won't go any bigger than that, because that's already big enough. Okay? I'm pricing up appropriately for all these properties. And by doing so, my guys don't go into overtime. Every week, they don't go into overtime. They work 7 to 8 hours a day, smashing 20 to 25, some days 28, 29 lawns. All right, this is a 3-man crew is doing this. So, please feel free to leave comments in the bottom. Who's doing it this way, or what ways are you guys doing it? What works for you guys? What's your ideal company? What have you done? Or have you restructured your company already? After how many years did you restructure your company, or are you just getting started and what I said sounds good to you and you're actually gonna take my advice and do it that way? That'll be awesome. I hope I am helping some guys out by putting all my content out. It's true content. It's just it's pretty much me and what I've done and what I'm doing with my company, and things might change. I'm telling you right now, this is my company, this is the way it's going to stay, and a year later I might be telling you something else. But in my head right now, the way I see it, I truly do believe this is the best thing for me, and it's working great for me, but things change. I don't see the changes now though, so I'm not worried about that yet. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in, man. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Peace.